Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Now, research company Statista says that in 2015 and 2016, about 7.3 million tons of retail chocolate confectionery were consumed worldwide, with consumption expected to reach approximately 7.7 million tons by this year and next year. Well, contributing to the chocolate available for consumption is our first guest, FEMI OYEDIPE. FEMI is the chief executive of Loshes Chocolate, a proudly Nigerian bean-to-bar single-origin chocolate manufacturer that processes Nigerian cocoa beans to fine chocolates for consumers, baking products, and natural cocoa powder. And the entire office here has been smacking their lips this morning thanks to the hot chocolate you provided for all of us. Thank you, Femi.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the morning show.
Thank you.
What inspired you to bring hot chocolate for us today?
Well,
like everybody got a cup of hot chocolate.
Yes, I think everybody needs a warm hug from the inside, and our hot chocolate does that. So
you just sold the brand.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait because we're actually going to be getting some on set, right?
Yes, you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what are some of the challenges you face? Because I know that you actually source your cocoa here in Nigeria. What are some of the problems you face with scaling up as well?
Okay. Well, initially, when we started the business, we had to travel because we sourced our beans from Iloluji in Ondo and Idere in Oyo State. So we had to do a couple of road travels to those places to source properly graded beans.
Right.
That has been a challenge because if sometimes you get beans in sacks that are not properly graded, and because we don't add substitutes or preservatives to our chocolates, the quality of the bean is very important in terms of the outcome of the chocolate. You understand what I'm saying? So we needed to get properly graded beans, and so we now started getting from like an aggregator, someone still fair trade, but it's export quality, and so we're able to use it to create our chocolates.
Right.
So that's on one hand. On second hand, typically for most other businesses is power, because you need to grind your chocolates for a minimum of 48 hours to get it to that smooth, to get the microns, the molecule size to that tiny micron size, so your palate doesn't feel, so that chocolate doesn't feel gritty in your mouth. So you need to grind to like minimum 48 hours to get it to that tiny micron size that you need.
That must be a lot of, that must be a huge challenge, and that must be a lot of cost.
That's a huge challenge. So, power is actually a huge challenge, and we're still experiencing that. Every day we're trying to look for ways to overcome that, but that is the #1 challenge for any chocolate maker.
Yeah, but it's even commendable for, we have a hot chocolate here. Yay. Thank you. And this is one of your staff from Loshes Chocolate. Hi, Grace.
Always smiling.
Thank you, Grace. Good morning. Thank you.
Nice.
Amazing. I love the packaging.
Yeah, thank you. And
it's
it's locally done too as well. So we're very proudly Nigerian. Our packaging as well is done in-house, locally sourced. Yes. So we get our paper and everything locally, packaged in-house as well.
Right.
Wow. So it's a proudly Nigerian product.
Yeah. I must
From
say
the bean to the chocolate.
The bar.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not just the chocolate bars, right? It's like cocoa powder.
Yes, we do. Cocoa powder is like a byproduct of our process.
Okay.
Because we make white chocolates, and when you're making white chocolate, you need to extract the cocoa fat, which is called cocoa butter, that everybody's always raving about. Yes. So we extract the cocoa butter from the cocoa liquor, and then you get your mass, which is when you mill it and you refine it, you get your cocoa powder.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So do you sell cocoa butter as well, or do you just focus on...
No. A lot of people ask
Do you use the cocoa butter?
I use it for my hair, but a lot
But you don't want to share with us, really?
It's because we put it back into the chocolate, so we use it. So it's only if you're going to pay premium for it then it's sellable. Typically, we don't sell the cocoa butter.
Right. No, but what you're doing is actually commendable.
Yeah, really commendable.
It's not an industry a lot of people have ventured into. And I mean, what would you say has caused the slow growth of this chocolate industry? Because we grow cocoa here, but then we send it out and then we import it in purple wrappers, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Yes.
But like I said, if you're a young entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, I don't have access to all the funds ever, and you're thinking, how do I surmount the issue of power, for example.
Right.
How do I overcome that and still make sales be profitable, that in itself can discourage anyone. So let's be honest. You know, there are a lot of things that would hamper anybody's interest in wanting to do this, because it's quite challenging. You know, having to deal with that on one, and then you're also dealing with government agencies as well.
Right.
In other countries, in manufacturing, they give you a lot of rebates and things like that, but we don't have that here.
We don't?
No, well, I stand
I
to be
thought we had the tax breaks, you know, for the new companies.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things that...
Extra things.
Yes.
There's so many agencies now.
So there's
That's
a lot.
another topic.
So for a young entrepreneur, you know, you're thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to deal with this, do it. So most people would rather, you know, walk on the thread of known things, in a known path, than try to... And then when they see that maybe Luscious Chocolate or some other person is actually, okay, they're surviving, okay, I have interest in this area, let me explore.
Right. So you almost have to be a test dummy
I'm
for
actually,
others to
yes.
now follow. And I guess that's how we end up with so many people in the same field as well.
Yes.
So there are actually a lot of people who are into sweets, confectionaries, maybe not chocolate, but how do you deal with that? Because a lot of people, they wouldn't first choice, they wouldn't say, okay, I want to buy chocolate that's sourced in Nigeria. We have so many other options imported, and then also we have like cookies and things like that. So what's the competition like, and how do you try to manage that?
Honestly, it's been quite challenging, but interesting. You know, so for example, a typical person who is into the confectionery business is used to using a particular brand of chocolate.
Right.
But like I'm in that industry, I know the brands that are pure chocolate and the ones that are like, because we do couvertures, while most of what the bakers use is compound. You know, so, but I'm a business, you know, and so we're getting to the point where we want to begin to respond to what customers want, you know, because currently we do couvertures, but that's a premium chocolate and it's expensive, you know, so, and typically it's mostly chocolate connoisseurs or chocolatiers that will be using the couvertures. Right. Compound chocolate typically is used by most bakers because obviously they're going to be selling their confectionaries. Yeah. Right. So we're also trying to break into that market, and then we want to make it cheaper, but good quality chocolates, but cheaper and readily available, because the bakers are just left there waiting for whatever is in the market, whatever is imported into the country. Right. So, but we want to offer good quality chocolates that are readily available, and then you can also even request to your own spec the percentage of cocoa you want. Yes, so we can actually offer you customized chocolates in that sense. Like, okay, I want an 85% bittersweet chocolate. I want
do they offer that in Belgium?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because Belgium is very much known for chocolate.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So they do. Yes, they do. If you walk the streets of, you know, Belgium, Switzerland, you see a lot of people like us there. Yeah.
Amazing.
But like I said, if we're able, as a nation, to, you know, conquer this power issue, there'll be a lot of people like us. The cocoa production in Nigeria is amazing.
It is.
We used to be like #1. But now we're like somewhere on #5 or #6. I'm not so sure about that. But
and the challenge is we're still exporting.
Yes, we're just exporting when we can
cocoa.
Actually process. Yeah. We can actually process to the final thing. And then you now begin to see made in Nigerian chocolates. Because where are these cocoa beans going to? They are used abroad and then imported back to us.
We do the same thing in most sectors.
Yes.
So many sectors we export, even with handbags, we're exporting things like leather, and then Louis Vuitton, we go and buy it.
At least handbags, we're beginning to see a lot of, you know, leather-made, leather fairs and things like that. So we need to look inwards now, particularly with the way the economy is. We need to be courageous and look inwards and see how best, you know, to solve all these issues. Right. So we offer all everything.
Okay, so right now you're focusing on the local market, or are you exporting?
No, we've not started exporting, but it's local market now. Yeah.
Okay, so how can people reach you? You know, social media, how can they follow you?
Well, we're on social media, Instagram, Loshes Chocolate, LOSHES, Loshes Chocolate, one word. Okay. Twitter as well, same thing, Loshes Chocolate. Facebook, Loshes Chocolate. Amazing. And then we have a website, www.losheschocolate.com. And then you can call us as well on 0802 342 6356. Yes.
She's pushing it.
I'm pushing it. So
Thanks so much. That's all from
Thank you.
FEMI OYEDIPE, Chief Executive of Loshes Chocolate. When we get back, we'll be chatting with CEO of Nuts about cakes and how her business is putting a smile on customers' faces with every slice. Don't go away.